Hello, this is Andreas, and I'll just take this opportunity whilst the game is quiet to do a sound check and just see if everything's working fine. This is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Currently I've never played any of the other previous Car Mechanic Simulators, so I don't know anything about the game apart from the fact that I have just played about 50 hours of it. I did record videos, but I had a sound fault and I thought I could fix it in after processing, video editing and that, but I couldn't. So I just decided to start again and then skip over to the point in which the game is. Although I've played 50 hours, I did spend about 10 or 12 hours playing the tutorial, and I really lost the plot because I did not know that it was a tutorial. That's how stupid is that. I thought the button at the top, if you go into the tutorial, you'll find a button at the top and it'll say tutorial right in the center of the top of the screen, and I thought that was to click, and I deliberately did not want to do the tutorial, and all the time I was playing the tutorial. Anyway, we're just doing a quick 15-minute sound check here, and basically we'll have a look at the things we've got in the garage at the moment. We have this car, which is my car. I bought this. I've got two of these. The other one's not running, it's in the parking area, but this one is running, and we can take it and put it in the test center. Let's go in here. We'll just take a look at the stats already attributed to this car, which is this is from the track test that I did. This sort of thing, I took it around the test track across the drive to get this list up. Otherwise you would get a list more or less like this one here, where this came in quite a lot of faults on it, and I haven't really started on it, and you can see that there's still everything's all in the red, all down here. So it gives you a list of all the things that are wrong with it, and this basically is going to be a total strip down. So I lost patience with that and wanted to go off and do my own car, so I did my own car, put the engine right, I didn't put anything else right. There's a thing you can do though, you can put the brakes up and test. I haven't done anything with the brakes. This is just drive forward. Even if you go full speed, it will brake the car for you, then all you have to do is hold the brakes on, of course, and it'll do the brake test. And then we'll drive to the next one. The car is a total wreck. I got it out of a barn and paid about 20 something grand for it, I think. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch some of the videos. Currently we just have to wait for this test. It's automatically. That's just testing the suspension, which is it's all going to be crap. It's all going to be around about 35%, and then that's it. And yeah, I mean, there's the report. You know, it's total rubbish. I'm going to have to replace literally everything. I set everything that's in the orange, but I will just replace everything because I want to keep this car because I quite like it. You know, it's one of them cars that I'd like to keep and drive. Right click doesn't work on getting out of the car there for some reason. Just you need. There's another. It frees up a space as well actually for you. There's that, because you could leave it there, couldn't you? You know, I wonder if I could put another car on that. Well, I can't because there's no wheels on this. But we could pick up the phone. Let's grab another car for repair. Pardon me. And let's see if we can put it straight on the test track. We can't, because there's one in there, you see. So we could take it out on the track, but if you look at a car when it first comes in, you get this report. Look at all these problems on this. Fix all the engine problems. One thing you can do whilst it's here as well though, It looks in quite good nick body-wise. Look at that. It looks beautiful. No, apart from it's sort of like, you could argue, the wrong colour. Engine, overview mode. Parts. I don't think there's any parts. It wants me to fix the car. Let's just have a look at that again. Won't give us anything. To repair the car to at least 96%. So there is another thing we can do. I wanted to use the compression tester on it, if I've got one. Simple but useful tool. Check all electronic connections and things. So let's do that. And it gives us a report. The battery is connected, so we'll need to put that on charge. We don't have a charger. Starters 100%, radiator fans 100%, literally. They're all okay. 96, 98, did it say 96 on the radiator fan housing? The next test we can do is the compression test, which I mentioned I wanted to do. And how do you do that without starting the engine? But assume that what they're saying is we're starting the engine. The benefit of these jobs, though, these tools, means that it saves you a lot of research by dismantling. Piston with conrods, they're all okay. 1, 2, 3 of them. 4 of them. Why is piston with conrod on the left hand side? Crankshaft is 96%. Piston rings are 98%. Piston rings, piston rings is 4. I don't know why they've split the piston with conrod onto the left hand side of the screen here with this. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it looks a little bit unusual, doesn't it? Right, so we'll close that list. We'll just see if any of those descriptions have gone over onto our car. Tuning value, engine value. I don't know. It's not giving us any. We can't click to see anything. Experience bonus is given for this car. So we'll just do the other test we've got, which is OBO scanner. OBO scanner will examine a lot of electronic computer connected parts not working in all the cars, of course, because cars don't do it. And obviously I think in the future they'll have things on these screens. Spark plugs 4%. So there's one spark plug off really. And could the spark plug be the answer to all those problems? Well, let's have a look. Examine 10 engine parts. So in the actual thing, knocking noises from the engine bay. Yes, if a spark plug isn't firing, the piston can be getting dragged along by the other 3. That'll make a knocking sound. But it says here cam gear. Vehicle cannot be started. That's because the battery's flat and the spark plug. Well, one spark plug wouldn't stop the car from being started unless there's some electronic reason why. If these modern cars with the electronics on them say, one plug failed, so don't start the engine because it will cause an imbalance in the engine, which it will. That's why you get the knocking sound. So battery, and then the alternator belt tensioner has probably failed. Other parts not discovered. The timing belt needs replacing, timing chain, all the rest of it. I wonder why they feel that's the case. driver struggling to find the gears. So that would be a new gearbox, I suppose, and you wouldn't know any of this. So I wonder if this car would actually go to the. You wouldn't be able to put it on this track. You shouldn't be able to, because it says engine will not start. So let me just move this car to the entrance, and we'll put this car. It shouldn't go there because literally we'd have to drive it out. The engine cannot start. Exactly. Brilliant. So the first thing we will do is put the car. We don't have to put the car on the ramp at all. We can. Let's just, before we set, we can test, before we get it on the ramps and we can do everything else. I don't think it will let us take anything off the car when it's not on the ramps. I wonder. Examine. Alright. Right, oh yes it will. Let us take things off the car. Hang on. So we have to examine it first, and then going to switch to part or mount mode, and then hold to take off the part. Okay. Let's just take those out for the minute and look down and get the plugs out. 1, 2. We're just making a gap, and we'll go into the mode and look down at the bottom of our list just to see these 2 plugs that I've taken out. Yep, and one of them's correct, is the faulty plug, and we can't repair this faulty plug. Unless, I mean, you can actually repair plugs. You can actually get them to re-gap. All those points there. I don't know how people manage to move through all of these parts. These are my parts in other cars that I've got. Repair that. 65% chance of repair. And it breaks. Those are the parts off the other car that I've been stripping down, of course. So we'll just go and buy a spark plug. And I'm not sure whether we have a battery charger. You learn which ones to type, you know, I mean, we'll just buy one. I'm going to have a look around, see if I've got that battery charge, because I don't know if I have. Do I have any upgrades available? No. This one here, this point here gave me a garage extends, adds another lifter, warehouse and another parking slot to your garage. Unlocks compression. This test gives you this. Adds test path and repair table to your garage. So in your first upgrade, you best want to go for, if we're going to just put this into perspective for you, this one was 50% faster parts examination, and then this one was 50% screwing and unscrewing, which I thought were both good ones to have, and then 5% discount in shops is another good one to have. I did not really bother with the 50% part installing and removing because it's fast enough. You know, I don't understand what that's about. Then this 100% faster walking, really didn't want that, and I didn't bother with it. But I did notice when I increased these three, I did actually seem to be walking faster. Anyway, so then I went to this extends your garage to the test path and repair table. So once you get that big one in, you get this repair table in, and you get this, where you've just seen me go in here and click this. There's no car in here to work with, of course. But there will be in a minute, because we're gonna, let's get the door. I'm gonna stick a jostling for one door. Battery, new battery. So in fact, what's the condition of my battery? You know, I'm a cheeky monkey. Where's my battery gone? There it is. Take that off. We'll take a look at this one. And in this one here, at the bottom, 20%, but it started my car. So, you know, although he wants a 98%. So, let me install that. Put my battery back. His battery's a little bit better than mine actually, so I'll take his old battery actually. I'll put the 21% battery in. I was hoping his battery would be a little bit better, and you could also do things like, you know, which is what does actually happen in garages. He's saying that he wants 76% life on his car, so I mean, if you was to look at his battery and see how much his battery's got on it, and if it's got less or more power than yours and it's within his thing, he might have a battery that's 100% or 90%, but then you can stick, if he says he only wants his car repairing to 30%, you can stick a 30% battery on it, you know, and he would not know the difference. 170 quid for a battery. Where are they buying batteries from? I get 5% discount, so it's 161, which is okay, I suppose. And we'll stick that on his motor. And the quicker I can buy a battery charger, or get my battery charger sorted, the better. And installation mode, put the plugs in. Hang on. Those weren't his plugs. Doesn't matter though. Put the 200% in. That was his plug, I'm sure it was. And I see people doing this. I deliberately did not want to watch any videos, but I accidentally was shown videos, you know, as you get suggested videos shown to you. So I did watch this guy, and he was basically changing from one to the other to the other to the other. Now, if you've got any parts, as a tip, that two have to go in the same hole, just stay over that hole whilst you do it, because then it saves you having to go around it twice, you know. then we can put his car like about. Then we did the compression test, didn't we? Then we can put the car on the test track, on the test, whatever they call this place, test bed. Yes, of course. Why does it ask me that like it's a big problem? You know, it shouldn't be a big problem. And we're coming up to, like, we're just gone 20 minutes actually, so we'll just finish this as 100% on his brakes there. And the same again. And his suspension should be in fabulous condition. And the brake sensor ejector. And we should not need 1 iota of brakes or suspension. Yeah. Flying colours. And if we have a look at the test results now. Spark plug, we've done that. Battery tension, we haven't done the belt tensioner, of course, so the battery will run flat again. That means there was nothing particularly wrong with this other battery, of course. So you could keep 1 car in here, 2 on the ramps, and at least 2 on the parking areas, on these entrance areas, and you can still work on them. And you can actually, this one can go to, because it's your own owned car, you can put this in parking. So that's what I would advise that you do if you want loads of cars on. So if I wanted to grab all of these jobs here, which are, hang on, what am I doing? This one. So if I want to grab all these cars, I'll look at them and I'll say this one, no bonus, no bonus, no bonus, no bonus, no bonus, no bonus, no bonus. So this one though, you can put all brand new parts on it. And this is a standard story. I've seen this dozens of times now, this story. There's a Roadster though, and the thing is, if there's no bonuses to be had but you want one of these jobs, you can either just wait till the list refreshes itself whilst you do on others. There's nothing there special, but there's ones with plenty of work on them. These types of jobs, you're looking at maybe a few grand's worth of work on them in total. Oil change, if you want quick easy jobs though, just brakes and things like that, minimal part condition as well, 70%. So if you've got any parts that you took off other cars that are in reasonably good nick, or more than 70%, you can put them on, and you've saved yourself some money, because you make money on that job and you haven't had to sell the part for a pittance. If you sell the parts, you'll get less money for the parts than if you put them on this vehicle, that's the type of thing. And it wants a body repair as well, which would mean to buy a brand new vehicle for that. But these jobs here, where they've got oil and wanting the suspension done and the timing done and the engine done, all these things, that's engine, that's timing, that's suspension, that's brakes, I think that's rear, no, that's exhaust. So that's it, that's suspension, brakes, exhausts, can't see what that one is. Wheels, wheel repair, oil change, bodywork, and I don't know what this one is. Can't remember. So yeah, you've got all these sort of different jobs you can do. So the more work there is to do on a car, the longer it's going to be in your shop. You know, if you just want one with brakes, like so, a repair with minimal parts condition, 67%. Let's take that one. And let's just move that car back to test track, just out the way, only because we've got my car in the way there. And let's have a look. You might want to just go into the tests and do the tests first, just to make sure. You don't have to do these tests. I mean, I'm just saying, car doesn't have a C80 port, right, because it's an old car, that's right. Tests, you can do a compression test, and you might be able to get more money out of the guy, because you might say, well, there's a compression fault, nothing there. So 18 parts examined, nothing shown. Electrical engine test. So I like his tires, nothing on the report, you see. So for engine parts, but it should have given me some. So I think that's a fault in the game. Don't forget, this is still a game under in development, in a way, and yes, it is. It's still in development, and we'll look at the actual brake problems. Part not discovered. So it'll be things on the brakes. So, and the best way to do that one is this type of a car when it comes in with brakes. If you want to know exactly what's up, you just move it to your track. But I can't do that now. I've put my car in the thing. I'll go in here, move this car back to the ramp. Go back out here. I mean, I could put my car back in its parking place in the garage, move this car out to the test track. If I want to work on that car first, move that car back to the entrance bay 1. And then we just go and put that through its paces. You would do it after you've done the work as well, because you want to test for performance. But if you put all brand new parts on, then no reason why. So 78% on those brakes at the front, but it's the back brakes are in 78%. So probably going to be calipers or something. If those are okay, if your brakes are okay, what that means is that it's the servo. But obviously then all of your brakes would be faulty. I think he wanted this car repairing for what, 17%? So leaf spring, suspension arm, brake caliper cylinder, small rubber bushings. So one of the best things about this is you can count up the small rubber bushings that you need, which looks like just one, but there might be some in the double wishbone shock absorber, vented disc brake, and on his report he says he wants everything within 67%. Well, Oops, didn't mean to do that. Did I put the glass out of it as well? That's the thing you always forget about. If you accidentally take a door off, don't forget that the glass has to go back in as well. Anyway, so hopefully that's been a good sound check and that everything's working fine there. The last job to do on this one is just to put it back on the ramp, which is what I was intending to do. And then I'll see you in the next video and we will fix this car and get it mended. Okay, so we'll just hear a bit of the ramps going up while it's very loud in the video than what it is on the when I'm listening to it. Now it's very quiet, so you're listening to it very, very loud, you know? Anyway, I'll see you in the next video and we'll come back and we'll fix this. Might even nick his tyres, we don't know. Be great if you could do all this illegal stuff, you know, in the game, as well as, you know, become a disreputable mechanic as well as, or have employees that do it and then you sack them, or you can do it for them and then say you'll employ them in the next garage you have and sack them. So whatever. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video.